everybody get.
Adam, don't forget to hit the record button.
Good evening, YouTube.
Good evening, everyone.
Hello in the box. Well, I don't know why we say hello in the box because there's probably not many people watching us right now.
It's okay. It's just good to, get it started that way. Because when people go back and watch it, they get it.
That's true. That's true. Warning, the stream's current bitrate is lower than the recommended bitrate. Okay, thanks for letting us know. I don't know what that means or what we're supposed to do with it.
Also, just a fun, doesn't matter.
What?
No, we'll talk about that later.
Okay. So Matt is not feeling well. He's under the weather. Probably had too many Christmas cookies. So he will not be joining us tonight. He did see the link, so he may be making a surprise visit, but I'm guessing not. Ian is confirmed. I've not heard back from Drew Ruggles, so I don't know if Ian talked to him and said just join when you get the link or not. So in a couple minutes here after we say hi, we'll send links out and see what happens.
Yeah,
So,
I'm excited for tonight. I'm excited to hear what's going on with Ian, how everything's going, and what's going on inside his mind.
I want to see if he has all his fingers and toes still. Did you see his story?
The crocodile visit?
Yeah. Hey guys, it's Christmas. Let's go play with some alligators.
Yeah, I know it's tough for those players down in Florida that left their families. I'm just glad that they were all together having a good time.
Yeah, I think his family's visiting Monday, so he'll at least be able to see. Just not on Christmas. I mean, I guess if you work a job, hospital healthcare, or even like if you think about like the big time sports guys who play on Thanksgiving or Christmas or Thanksgiving. A guy who I've played in a couple bands with here and I work with does the sound does the broadcast and the sound for Milwaukee Bucks games.
Mm-hmm.
And he worked yesterday. But they just kind of change things around and do things differently. Like you have a different day that's your Christmas then.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, hopefully everyone had a good Christmas holiday or whatever you celebrate. Festivus.
Your holiday season, hopefully it was
Hanukkah,
great.
Kwanzaa,
Whatever.
That's all I know. That's all the ones I know. That covers most people. I think that would cover most people.
We'll just stick with happy holidays.
Happy stuff. Happy days off of work if you get days off of work. Happy
There you
Friday if you didn't get day off of work. How's that?
There you go. There we go.
All right. I just sent the link out to Ian.
While we wait for them, just a quick, I guess, spotlight. Cleveland and Sunflowers have been really busy signing players. So I've seen some of the young guys. They're some interesting players. A lot guys have experience in the MASL too. So I'm curious to see what they're going to look like on the field.
I think it's going to be interesting for them because they can't sign any big names because they're going to be playing this season.
Right.
So they're kind of stuck with, well, we can't really sign you because you can't go anywhere. So they're signing, I don't want to even say fringe players, but they're signing, looks like a bunch of local players first, which makes sense. I mean, build up they've been doing soccer camps and all these things going on for the last couple of years. Get some of the guys that the community knows, get those guys signed. And then when the season's over, see what they do in free agency. That should be really interesting to see.
Yeah, they do have a scrimmage coming up, so I'm curious. How they're gonna play. So I'm excited. And then also, there's no M2 games this week, but next week there'll be some M2 games. Is it
M2 or M3?
M3.
Okay.
M3. Sorry, M3. So I mean, M3 has started. Also, for those that are missing arena soccer, they have some games coming up. I know Sunflowers, they look good. Omaha Kings had a great game against Wichita the same weekend that the Central Cup happened. Omaha Kings beat Wichita 8-1. The Wichita 2. the reserve squad.
The one that I saw was closer. What team was that?
I was oh, you were watching Sunflowers versus Wichita too. That was on Saturday. The second one was on Sunday.
Okay.
Which is I feel like Wichita took on too much that weekend because some of those reserve players were called up to play against KC.
Yeah.
So
well, they had a bunch of injuries, and that was kind of what you said. You know, they're
right.
playing 3 games in 3 days or 2 games in 3 days anyway, and then a bunch of them are playing 3 games in 2 days.
Right. I mean, they have 4 games total that whole weekend, so it's crazy.
I hear him.
Yeah. There we go.
There he is.
What's going on, guys? Can you
How's
hear
it
me?
going?
Ian, how's it going, buddy?
Good. How are you guys, man?
We're
Hey,
getting by.
hold up. Do you have all your fingers?
What do you mean? Do I got all my fingers?
I saw your alligator escapades yesterday.
Oh, dude, that was crazy. That was nuts. Yeah, that was intense. But yeah, it was. Whew. Man, these gators, man. These gators down in Florida is crazy.
And they're just all over the place, like, you know, geese or something would be here.
Yeah, exactly. You got to watch out for them. So it's kind of crazy. I was like, okay, so they can just walk around like this. So yeah, it's pretty intense.
Yeah.
So you guys were just like on a hike and boom, gators.
Yeah, there's like a trail. There's this thing Rob took me. He's like, man, let's get out and see some nature. So I was bored and I was like, yeah. So I went out there and we were just walking around and we saw we saw raccoons. We saw like a bobcat. Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
Wow.
That's awesome.
And it's not like a zoo or anything. It's just normal out in a park or whatever.
Yeah, it's just like a reserve. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, man, down here. Florida's a different kind of sea, man.
You liking the weather a little better though?
The weather is great. Yeah, actually, it's amazing. I'm sure my Milwaukee people, it's pretty cold there. It's pretty snowy, right?
Well, no snow yet. Wednesday it was 57.
Ooh. Oh,
And then
okay.
Thursday morning it was -8 wind chill.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There you go. Right.
So, welcome to Wisconsin.
Right?
Yeah. So how are you liking it down there? Non-soccer wise, just living in general and stuff.
Man, to be honest, I love it, man. It's been I've been here for like 2 weeks so far, like 2.5, and it's been it's been fantastic. The weather, the people are so chill. But yeah, it's honestly, it's been awesome. It's been pretty easy to adjust for the first 2 weeks, obviously we've been doing 2-a-days and all that stuff, but yeah, just getting down here and getting settled in. It's been pretty cool.
Nice. So
To kind of like talk a little bit about soccer, how has it been joining the Florida Tropics? Like how is the training sessions? How's it different? How you feeling?
Yeah, no, it's been it's honestly, it's like we've been doing 2-a-days. I don't think I've done 2-a-days in the last I think 4 years. Like with Milwaukee, we just train hard and all that stuff, and we never really done 2-a-days. You kind of do it on your own if you want to do some extra stuff. But no, we've been starting off 2-a-days. So like in the morning we have a session, and then at night we had a session. And it's been great, man. It's been a little taxing on the body, but we've been getting after it, man. We've been a lot of good players here. The work ethic, the culture here is really good. I mean, I'm coming on to essentially the best team from last year. Their record speaks for itself. So it's been really cool, man. Just adjusting with all the guys and getting in there. There's been no egos. It's been honestly, it's been kind of a nice, easy transition, to be honest.
Wow, that's cool.
Wave fans don't like to hear that.
Yeah, yeah, right. I know. No, I'm just being honest. Like it's crazy. Like I wish I had some bad things to say, but I don't right now. So it's been really good, man. They've been treating me awesome here too. So that's been good.
That's good.
It's good for you.
Yeah, right. Good for you, I guess. I haven't talked to. I had messaged Drew. He didn't respond, so I don't know if he's going to join or not.
Yeah, I think he's got family in town too. So
okay.
So my family gets here like Monday. So yeah, it was a crazy Christmas, man. It was a quiet Christmas, to be honest, but yeah, it's been cool.
So last year, sitting around the dinner table at Christmas, could you imagine saying, "Hey, next year I'm gonna go wander around in the middle of nature looking at alligators for Christmas.
No, that's what was crazy about it, right? That was the whole big thing. I was just like, I didn't even think this could even be possible, right? And I'm watching a gator, and it was just, yeah, it's been, I mean, 2020, right? Like, I mean, that sums it up, right? It's just been crazy. So,
I've never lived anywhere where you can go like in the backyard and something can just kill you or whatever.
unreal. It was serious, unreal.
You would think that would happen more likely in Milwaukee with all the mountains and stuff. How is it?
No, I mean there's coyotes and skunks.
Yeah.
And we had like the Milwaukee lion. Remember that whole
Yeah.
nonsense? A couple years ago? That was just a mountain lion, but it's not gonna like it's not this like 12-foot long,
No.
600-pound reptile. It's just
Yeah. Yeah, that's no joke, man. These things are no joke.
So focusing on the soccer, how would you say you guys feel heading into the season? Do you think the team's going to pick up right where they left off, or?
Yeah, man. I think, man, these guys, man, it's a good team, man. To be honest, like it's a really good team, and I think they're gonna. I like I said to them, I just want to come and fit in. You know, I'm just trying to be a part. I'm trying to come in and help you guys and see if I can add a little my piece and my swag. But I don't think they really need to change anything, man. I mean, like their record again, like I said, speaks for itself, and I'm just trying to add on and see if I can just help the club and be another piece. And but we're looking good. I mean, honestly, these 2 weeks of preseason have been like really hard, and everyone's been putting the work in, and you can see that the culture that they're starting to build here is infectious, you know. And I think we're gonna hit the ground coming up and running. I think we're just gonna hit it hard, man. I mean, I know we play St. Louis coming up back to back, and I know they have a lot of quality, but I mean, I think we're really ready to put on the show, to be honest.
It's going to be interesting seeing that matchup.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, it's crazy.
Have you ever I mean, did you played against Max when he was in Baltimore?
Yeah, we beat up on Max, man. Max knows, man. I got a couple championships on Max. I got a couple. Max, he got his share of wins, but I think honestly, overall, the record, I think it's like, man, I want to say it's probably like maybe 16 to 4. I'm gonna be honest. So,
oh wow.
Yeah.
Don't hurt me like that, man. Come on.
Dude, I'm just being honest, bro. I gave it to you. I think we gave it to you guys a lot, especially that era. I think we beat you guys like 5 or 6 times. You know, and that one, you remember. I know you remember, G, man. I know you remember, man. Don't play around.
The times we like to forget, you know.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
No, it is going to be interesting, especially seeing how St. Louis is a little in the Central Cup. They struggled, and then how you guys,
yeah,
it is. So that matchup is going to be definitely interesting.
No, I think it was honestly, I think it's good for them because they obviously needed to see what they needed to work on. So to be honest, I think maybe, I mean, they played 3 solid teams, right? So, I mean, I think they're ahead of the game a little bit. Obviously we haven't played. We had like a friendly and stuff, but we haven't really played. So I think they're going to see they're going to know what they need to work on. And I'm sure they're going to be ready when they come down here. So, and we'll be ready too.
Both games are down there, right?
Yeah, both games are down here. Yeah.
So the schedule is 2 games against St. Louis, and then the next weekend, a Friday and a Sunday against KC, and then the next weekend, 1 against Dallas, and then you finally go, and then you have a weekend off, and then you go on the road back to St. Louis.
Yep.
For back to back. So that's all the schedule is. So you guys have the most games, or you guys. I don't want to say you guys. The Florida Tropics team has the most games of anybody.
Yeah.
With 7.
So you guys have 7 games in January.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we got to play, man. We got to play, right? I mean, we got to start getting this thing going, man. So,
how is the culture with the fans down there?
So I think honestly, just from having we had the fan fest, it's getting there now, you know. I think they're starting to come out the woodworks a little bit, obviously with the whole COVID thing still. But they've sold a lot of season tickets, and they're doing everything right here, you know, especially starting up. I think it's been only 6 years, 5 years, I think, existence, this club. So
I think 5, yeah.
Right.
The new ownership was 3 years.
Yeah, so like the new ownership, maybe what, 2 years or three? Yeah, I don't know, but like, yeah, it's getting there, man. They're putting a lot of stuff out. They're doing a lot of stuff in the community and all that stuff. But yeah, I think obviously with COVID, it's tough to get people in the stands. But I think they sold out all their season tickets so far, and then they got obviously room for walk-ups and all that other stuff. So I think they're doing well. I mean, we're playing. We have a team and stuff. So I think that's the first step.
I think with this year, you got to take advantage of it because nobody else can.
Yeah, exactly. So, I'm just looking forward to play, man. I mean, fans without fans, obviously I love the fans there, but honestly, I'm just looking to play, man. I'm just excited to finally play and compete again and really fight for a title. So,
Yeah. So
we are
Florida
too.
started in 2017 was the first season they were in.
okay.
Yeah. So I mean, they from what I see from a distance, they do things right. From the marketing to the engagement with fans and stuff like that. But I was just curious to see what it was like with the fans there, or just even the interaction outside. But it's good to hear that they're trying because we want to see them succeed.
Yeah, no, they will. Yeah, they're doing a good job. You'll see it, definitely.
Yeah, there was only one team that beat them more than once.
You know what? That's funny. That's what I always have to say to them. I'm like, hey guys, you guys were a good team, but we did beat you guys, twice. But no, they're good, man. They're a bunch of good guys, though, man. They honestly made me feel welcome and all that stuff. So it's been a good start.
I always liked the idea. I mean, Andrew Haynes is a cool guy. We had him on the show, talked to him for a while, and then when he sold the team, that it just kind of picked up from there. Marcel played with him that one season for a couple games.
Yes, that's right.
When he left the Wave, he was supposed to go to St. Louis, but that kind of blew up, and then played for Florida a couple of games. So it's been a good club to watch.
Yeah.
I liked it better when we could beat up on them and just have get every time.
I know, right? I know.
Maybe Adam might want to close his ears for this, but but could you see yourself playing there for longer than just a year?
And we got to go. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. No, I mean, if you like, to be honest, it's been cool here, man. I mean, obviously, Milwaukee is where I play, but there's just so much upside here. Like the weather is just good. You can walk out after a training session and not have to put on your jacket and warm up your car for 20 minutes. But it's honestly, I would never say never, but yeah, Florida's a good spot. Like honestly, like if I didn't like it so much, I'd probably say for sure, like no, I'm just here for a season. But no, I mean, Milwaukee's got obviously my rights and all that good stuff, but no, I'm just taking it 1 year at a time. Obviously with COVID stuff too, it's like, what are you gonna do? But hopefully we can end the COVID thing and figure that out. But then work on the playing side. But honestly, yeah, Florida's been fantastic to me. They've been so good to me right now. So honestly, I can't lie. They've been great. So
Nice.
It's good to hear when players happy.
yeah. I didn't think I was gonna be this happy. I'm not gonna lie to you, right? Just changing stuff because I'm used to like just normal stuff that I've been playing. I played for Milwaukee for like 12 years now. So it's just been, just having that change and just the different stuff, just the training sessions and all that stuff. But honestly, it's been kind of the same. So I don't know if Clay and Jules talked or what, but some of the sessions it's been pretty cool. So it's cool to see that connection there. So it's been awesome.
That's cool. I like to see it in the year that I don't have to go to Wave games and then like, Ian's not here. And then the whole Ian comes to Milwaukee in a Florida jersey thing. Like it's
right.
It's gonna be rough watching Max come back to Milwaukee.
Yeah.
We talked to Everton, the little thing that Everton and Max would do on the kickoff, passing the ball back and forth.
Yeah.
And we were like, well, I guess that'll be Ian Max thing from now or something
No, that's the thing. I'd take the ball though. If he gave it to me, I'll take it though. That's the thing. Like I wouldn't, what I mean? I think that's cute that him and Everton did that, but you do that to me, man, I'm gonna take the ball. I'm not gonna lie. So I'll tell Max you can't do that. So
that would be funny. Just take it and pass it all the way back and have Max sitting there like
yeah, 100% I would do that. And Max knows, but Max is smarter than that. He wouldn't pass me. He knows it. He wouldn't do that. He knows I'd take it.
Oh man, that's funny.
It's good. So we had some talks over the weeks about the type of owner that should be in this league and the type of owner that maybe, some of the teams have owners that aren't really necessarily good for the league because they're more soccer fans than they are like business people. But I think it goes both ways. It's good to hear that you're being treated well down there, because I think obviously the players, the players always say the fans are the number one reason, but really if it weren't for the players, there would be no league.
Yeah, exactly.
You can always find fans in whatever you're going to do, but you got to find the players first to build the product. And that really needs to happen. I think I've heard a number of things about players from different teams and how things are going and or not going, and it's good to hear you guys are being treated well, because we, being way up here in Wisconsin, we don't even know, like we don't have any idea about other teams and how they treat players, and we haven't had anyone from Florida on. We had Andrew Haynes for a while, but once he sold the team, it's completely different and completely different makeup and everything.
Yeah, no, they treat us good. I just met the owner like a week ago, and he's a chill guy. He's cool. Yeah, and it's just they're business too. They're just like the Wave. They're business too, but they make sure the players are taken care of. And yeah, and they pay attention to detail, which is a lot of that stuff. They always check up on you. They always talk to you, and the coach has been awesome, Clay. I didn't really know him obviously until I got down here, and he's a cool dude, man. Honestly, he's got some swag, and he's a good coach. He can coach, so no wonder why. It's funny, like when you see him do so good this team last year, and then you actually get to come in the environment and see why they did so good, then you're like, oh, this is awesome. Okay, it makes sense now why you guys were so good, because you'd always think came on, you're like, man, you guys are not that good, right? Like you guys got lucky, but no, you could tell it's by the way they train, the way they work. So I think that dynamic was interesting to see, especially me coming over and seeing how they do stuff here. So
yeah, I think a lot of people, myself included, were thinking that Florida was just going to implode because there's too many cooks and too many egos and everything. And watching that first game, and it's like, okay, Florida
right?
strategy is just to put Drew on the field for like 48 minutes of the 60
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, Drew played a lot. Yeah, Drew's been good. I mean, we added obviously Chad too.
Yeah.
So it's like you're adding some of the pieces that I've already played with for a while too. So it's been cool. And some of the new guys, that Victor can play, man. Carvalho can play, man.
Yeah.
Then you got like Guy up top could play, and young guy I'm really impressed with is obviously Zach. I knew him and I played against him, but kid's a good kid, man. He likes to play. He wants to learn, which is awesome, because you don't see that too many. You got the young kids that are kind of they just want to do their thing, but this guy would ask me some questions. I'm like, you really want to know the answer? And he's kind of like, yeah, like how do you want the ball here, or how do you like to receive? I'm just like, yeah, man, he just really wants to learn, and he's going to be a good player. And he's already a good player, but he's a good kid, man. He works hard. I'm just excited, man. I'm just excited for the opportunity and to see what these guys can do and what we can do.
He was that close to coming to Milwaukee.
Yeah, exactly. He's from
Right.
Wisconsin. So,
it was Santos for him, and John blocked it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Wow, that's interesting.
That was before last season. It was supposed to be that trade.
Oh, okay.
Before, because before last season, because he was on St. Louis.
Okay. Yeah.
Supposed to go to St. Louis, and he blocked it, and then Florida snatched him up right away. And like, well, there goes that. I guess that's over with.
So yeah.
So Ian, you've obviously been established as like a image in the league, and people try to help promote your image, your brand, and everything. What would you say to like a young kid trying to join and how to establish themselves? I know it's a hard work because you work on it.
Yeah, no, I honestly, I think you gotta build your product first. Like you gotta build yourself. Like you gotta be a fantastic player. I think you gotta put the work in. You gotta grind before you can just start throwing up and promoting yourself. Essentially, you gotta make sure the product on the field is top notch and comes first, right? Because I mean, let's be honest. if you're not doing the work on the field and off the field, people are gonna be like, you're not gonna buy the gear, you're not gonna rock the gear, you're not gonna have that sway with it. But if you can produce on the field and have a good message and really be a role model, I think that's how you can kind of make a brand for yourself. I just don't think a brand can happen overnight, and I've Adam knows I've had this idea, this brand for like years. And I only came out of it's probably year fourth year probably coming up, because I was like, I always wanted it, but I had to establish myself as really being an elite player and really putting the work in and really having the message there and really believing the message for that people can follow and be a part of it. So honestly, for a young player, I'd say honestly, just grind. Don't look too far ahead, just live in the moment, but just really put the work in, be that whatever position you want to play and be the best at it, And I think that's what people are looking too far ahead and like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, but you haven't established anything. You haven't established a foundation first, So, and that's what I honestly I would tell these young kids. But again, indoors a crazy game, man. As you can see, it's a crazy game, so it's hard to pick up. But if you can obviously pick it up and you can do well with it, you can make a living out of it,
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a different world. Definitely
Yeah,
different.
yeah, it is. But I love it though. I love it, man.
So 26 is open as a number, right? In
Oh,
Florida.
you know what's funny? I like immediately that was like the first thing I said. I was like, guys, I'd love to come sign with you guys, especially if we're not having a team in Milwaukee. I'd sign there, but 26 is like there's no option. Like if I can't have 26, then I can't come. It was hilarious. He starts laughing. Clay starts laughing. He's like, yeah, I think it's open. And you can have it. So that was huge, So that was hey, that's a big point, man.
Well,
If I don't have that, man, I don't know how I'm gonna. I don't know.
Right here on the sweatshirt.
Right?
I know. Cross it out and put like 17 on there or whatever.
Right? I know. So
you saw the max change from 24 to 11.
Dude, it's so funny. I saw him at the All-Star game and I told him, like, dang, will you change your number? He's like, yeah, I changed it to 11. I'm like, man, I go, that's cool. He wanted to change it up. I mean, a new era, I guess. He's in a new place. So I was like, yeah, that's cool, man. That works. But I'm going to try to get him back, though. I'm going to try to get him back. So we got to figure this out. So once
back where, though?
It depends wherever I'm at. So I got to figure out.
That's the wrong answer. That's the
I got to. I got to figure to get the band back. Yeah. I got to get the band back once I can figure out after this season. We got to get the band back. So we'll figure it out wherever he's playing.
Florida fans won't want to hear this, but there's a lot of people in the industry who, and these are bigger name people. Not bigger name, but bigger thing. Like bigger sources in the indoor soccer world that say they don't think Florida's model can hold. They think they're, because they spent a lot of money on free agents that, before last season.
Yeah, definitely. I think they do. Like our team is deep. But I mean, an easy fix is if you can obviously win it or whatever you do, you could just obviously cut the roster. I mean, that would save it completely, So I think these guys are going after a championship, which is great. Obviously, it's known by obviously all the signings, like you said. Can they keep it up? I mean, who knows? Right? It's not for us to really challenge. It's up for them to do it. I mean, we could say whatever we want, but at the end of the day, the owner's got all the power, right? If he wants to keep doing it, he wants to keep pumping money into it, he could do it, right? So it's up to him. Especially, how it is. I mean, you never know what an owner wants to do, if he wants to do it, if he doesn't want to do it. So for me, I'm just like, if he wants to keep doing it, let's do it. I'm sure if he wins too, that's going to help his businesses and all that stuff he's doing. So I think he's looking at it as an investment, right? So like if he can win it, is that going to bring his companies more exposure and all that good stuff, which I think it will, right?
I would assume so. Yeah, it's not like he's hires a coach who the first thing she does is fire or the owner who the first thing she does is fire the 20-something-year-old coach or a 20-something season coach.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think Florida is interesting just because it has people talking a lot about what's if, or hey, are they going to fall apart, or are they going to implode, or hey, they might win the season. I think what Florida has is that they're always talked about. And that's important in this game because, I mean, if we're not talking about you, what are you really
Right.
doing?
But
Exactly.
it's yeah, plenty of things for the naysayers to talk about for sure. Because
Yeah.
it's a different way of doing things. It's the New York Yankees of indoor soccer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not that I
You're
follow
exactly right.
baseball at
I
all,
have a
but I just
mission for
know.
you, Ian.
Yeah.
I need you to get them to build an outdoor arena.
I to be honest, I don't know if I don't know if I can get in trouble. I don't know if I think they're working on something like that. So I don't know, man. Like I think they're doing that. So I mean,
Dude,
I
that
don't
would
know.
be sick.
Yeah, I think they're working on it. So like they're doing some big things here, man. So that's why I'm like, hopefully I don't get in trouble. I apologize, but yeah, I think they're doing something like that, to be honest. So
You just heard it. You don't know for sure. You just heard it.
Yeah, right.
yeah, I just heard it. Exactly. I
Dude,
mean,
that's it.
Random gator told you or something.
that Gator told me yesterday. That Gator told me yesterday.
Did you do anything with the outdoor team when you got down there, or were they already done?
No, they had a couple games, and I was like this. I actually asked them. I'm like, man, the weather's so nice. Can I just jump in a game? And they're like, well, if you get hurt, man, it's gonna be a bad look. But I was like, ah, man. But no, it's cool that they have that. They have the outdoor team too and stuff. So it's big. Soccer's big here, right? I mean, they get to play all year round if they wanted to, right? So like that's the problem. It's like, it's hard to compete with that, right?
Right.
That's
So
where all the
everyone knows.
tournaments
Everyone's seen the Rock is doing the new Franklin.
Yeah, we just got that.
field.
Yeah,
We've seen pictures of that, and it looks really, really, really nice.
yeah, it looks great.
But that's one field. Still got to deal with shoveling and salting and getting kids in and out of there and not ruining it, and that whole
Yeah.
thing. In Florida, you just have sun and grass. And that's
Yeah.
what you really need.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and then also Florida has like all the best tournaments, soccer
Yeah.
tournament.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Because they can get people
Yeah.
in to go on vacation and a tournament all in one weekend.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. That's so true.
How long is your family staying with you down there?
They're just gonna. I think this trip is gonna be short. I think they're coming for like 4 days. They're coming to watch the first game, the home opener, and then I think they're gonna see the second game, and then they're leaving, and then they'll come back probably 3 or 4 times and just
That's cool.
come in and out. Yeah, that's the problem though. If they really like it,
Yeah.
then I'm in trouble, right? Because if they really like it, and if they're willing to move down here, then I could be in some trouble.
What
So
was one of the things you said to me? You're like, I don't know if Wave fans want to know how much I like it down here.
I know, man. I feel bad. Like you know what I mean. I'm not saying I love Milwaukee. Like I love Milwaukee. I have a house there, but it's been really good here. Like it's been nice here. But I coach though. I got my daughter's friends and all that stuff. All the teams I coach and all that
Oh, yeah.
stuff. So
Yeah, I
And
was
your
gonna say
kids
that.
are that early teen and tween.
yes,
So that it's there's gonna be a lot of emotions there from them.
yeah. Oh, 100%, 100%. So maybe I just coach there and then play here. I don't know. You know what I mean? There's a lot of variables. There's a lot of, there's a lot of stuff. So.
I can see Adam's veins just popping.
I know. I'm like riling him up. It's hilarious. It's so funny. He's gonna leave and text me. He's like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to eat or walk or talk after this. He's like, he's unfriending me on Facebook and stuff. But it's all good, man. It's all love.
No, it's always in the best. We are always looking for the best interest of our players. So
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And I mean, it's I've been a Green Bay Packer fan for life, and there's certain players that I like and don't like, and who've grown up. Like I watched a Super Bowl with Jim McMahon as the backup quarterback, who is always Chicago Bears. That's his whole legacy.
yeah,
It's kind of like you're part of, like I told Huffman, I'm like, dude, you're part of the family now. That's it.
Yeah,
Part of the family
exactly.
forever, and it's just the way it is.
Exactly.
If one day there's no Milwaukee Wave, I'm still going to be a fan. If one day there's no Ian Bennett in the league, I'm still going to be a fan. I mean, that's just the way it is.
Yeah, life goes on, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't know you had that many guitars, man. You need to teach me how to play a guitar. Dang, man. Like,
They're all
geez.
well, so this one way over here is a guitar.
Okay, and the bass, whatever. Let me
Everything
play.
else is bass.
Okay, let me play, man. You don't
All
teach me anything, man. Gosh.
As soon as you're back from Florida, you can come over and play bass.
Alright, perfect.
that's his trick.
You may or
Oh,
may-
yeah, right. Or I fly you down here. You come down here.
Oh, wait, we are talking.
See, now I'm a fan.
I can work remotely, so I can bring a
Right?
base and we're good. It's all
Right? Nice. Nice.
No, I had my my on this side. I had my band logo for a while, and then I had this bought this sign that said corn dogs. It meant for like an outdoor, fair thing. And
Yeah.
then I finally decided I was talking about painting the walls over this break because I don't work now until after the first.
Okay.
But then that seems like a lot of work, man.
A lot of work. Yeah. A lot of work. And normally, don't you put that green screen on and stuff? Like, you didn't put the green screen on today?
I know I have one. Well, I can still do backgrounds with
Oh,
Zoom
jeez.
backgrounds without the green screen, but there's this like half wall here. It's hard to get it's built because there's a water side. It's just the way they built this house. They weren't thinking of my studio when they built the house.
Yeah.
It was built in like 96 and we moved in a year ago, and I can't believe they weren't
Nice.
thinking of me.
Nice.
How selfish of them.
Right. I know.
Yeah.
So Ian, me and you have never really talked much, but what if you looking back at your career with Milwaukee and just indoor soccer as a whole, if you could pinpoint one moment that like stood out to you, like the pinnacle of your indoor career, what would you say?
Honestly, I think winning the championship with Jules. I think obviously I won one playing with him, and that was great. Obviously he taught me a lot, and he's just a guy I really, really look up to. And he's probably like the only guy that like if he told me something, I'd actually listen. He's the only one. I think my wife hates it because like Jules, whatever Jules says, I'm like, okay. And if he's like, Ian, you got to stop, I'll actually stop. If anyone else tells me that, I'm like, no, I'm just going to keep doing what I do. But Jules is like the only guy that I will listen to. And I think obviously playing with him and winning a championship was really cool. I think that was awesome. But as he was the coach, he's kind of the leader of the squad, and we won one. I think that was huge. And me just being the captain too, I think it was just everything with it because like he named me the captain. I think I was the captain for like 3 years before that or 2 years, whatever. But just to have like everything come together, like he's the head coach. We used to be teammates. Named me as the captain, running the ship on the field. He's running it off the field and on the field. And it's just to have that come together and we win it. It's just been like awesome. It's kind of like, we won one together. Now he's the coach. We won another one. And I just learned so much from him. So like for me to like, it almost like I felt like I gave something back, all the stuff he taught me wasn't just for like, for nothing. And it was just a cool moment. And then just getting that cup, and just hoisting it, and I could celebrate again with him together. It was kind of funny. We're like teammates. We should have did one of those pictures where us were teammates. He probably would have killed me though. He probably would have killed me because I think he looks better now though than he did when we played, because I think he had some weird haircuts, but I don't know. He had to get some swag, but he's got more swag now. So anyways, but and it's just kind of cool, like teammates winning it and then coach and a player winning it. It was kind of really, really cool, man. And that kind of honestly cemented, I think for me, just my career right there, winning 3, obviously that's the third one. I like everything in 3s, so that's pretty cool too. But yeah, I think that was it, man. Just like with my guy Jules, man, and I miss that guy. I love Jules. I owe him a lot to my career because I think it took off, to be honest. I think it took off as soon as he came in charge, like I was a solid player, like when I was with Tozer, I was really good. But with Jules, he just took me to another level, man.
How was that transitioning from playing with him to him being the coach, him being in charge then?
To be honest, I thought it was going to be difficult, but I thought it was going to be difficult for other players. But for me, it was easy because I just respect him so much, I think just because he's Canadian. He's got like a cap. He's got a national team cap. Like, as a Canadian playing soccer, that's what you dream of, and Jules has got 1 or 2 or 3. I don't know how many he's got, but like he's got caps. He's just just playing with him, terrific player. And then just seeing him coach youth soccer and being a role player. It's just been huge, So I think for me, it was easy because I just respected the guy on and off the field. So then it was just an easy transition for me to play. And I think that's what helped my game because I didn't want to disappoint him, right? So I'm going to these games, man, and all this stuff, and he's making me the captain and stuff. I was like, I just don't want to disappoint. So I think that's what took my game to another level too. It's just like I always wanted to impress them. I always wanted to show them that, like I learned a lot from you, and I want to give back, and I can play. So I think that's what the transition was easy for me.
That's cool. Yeah, I remember when that whole thing happened, and it was because Tenzin was always captain.
Yeah.
For a while,
Yes.
a long time, and then all of a sudden, I remember watching a preseason game that they had streamed on like a really bad platform, and I'm like, who is that? Who are all these new people? The team's going to be totally different. And then you did the psych video where you're like, oh, guys, doesn't look like we're able to get my contract signed, so I don't know where I'm going to be going, if it's going to be Baltimore or Kansas City or whatever. So I'll let you know. And you walk off screen, you come back, you're like, psych, lifetime contract.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's pretty cool. So what do you feel about the whole lifetime contract? I know early on, it's been a while now. Early on, you were saying that, I don't know, after playing, I'll go into front office or whatever. We already got your answer on what you think about coaching.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I just think coaching at a professional level is like, I don't know if that's just, I like working with the youth, right? So like, I like working with the kids, taking it to the professional level. I don't know. My lifetime contract, when I signed it, I thought it was like, I got like 2 years left. So, I don't know. We got to just figure everything out, to be honest. I'm really at a point where I just need to figure out what's my next step. Cause do I stay in Milwaukee and I do everything? Cause the next thing I sign is done. I'm 37. I probably got 3 more good years left. And I'm a guy that I don't want to hang on. Like if I'm not contributing, if I'm not playing at a high level, I'll just retire, I'm not trying to be one of those guys that's just going to stay in the game and if I can compete at whatever age that is, and I'm still doing my thing, then I'll keep playing. But after that, if I can't play and I can't contribute the way I want to, then I'll retire. But I just need to figure out a place where I'm going to actually keep my roots. And obviously I got a house in Milwaukee, so we'll figure that out. So
it's tough to just pick up and, especially with the kids. If it's you and your wife, you'd probably already be down there with the house sold.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Exactly. So you're right. No, definitely with the kids, it's tough. And plus I coach, right. And I got a boys team that's fantastic. These U15 boys are like one of the best teams in the country. The girls team is getting there too. The U14 girls are, and then I got my other, I think this younger girls team, this U10 team, no, U11s, they're going to be dynamite. So it's stuff like that where, it keeps me going and that's what keeps me obviously in Milwaukee, right? So
were you able to keep that U15 team all the way from when they were young kids?
Yeah, I've coached these guys. I've coached some of these teams. No, I've coached except for my younger daughter because I was like, she's a little high strung. She's got to have a couple other coaches before I can get her because I can't tame her right now. But my U15s and my U14 girls, I've had them since they were like 7 years old, man. So I've had them when they were young, man. So
that was the big draw to SC Waukesha, which is now SC Wave, is the fact that the teams bond as like 7 and 8 year olds and they just stay through the whole thing. Those A teams are so hard to get through, to break into. But,
but I think we always are looking for new talent to develop. We're always developing. So I think it's hard to break in, but not necessarily. If you can grasp and you're talented and we can see you can develop, for sure you'll make the team. I think we have had so many loyal players. That's the thing, people are just like, if I drop to the second team, I'm going to work my way to get back on the A team. And that's what a lot of things happen. And people are like, oh, well, it's hard to crack the SC Wave. And it's not. It's just, we have players that are just loyal and they want to play and they keep coming back and they keep trying. So,
well, they're really damn good too.
Yeah. Oh man. We coach some really good players, man.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
No, I think that was a good, when I first saw that the that SC Wave was going to, or the Wave and the Rock were going to merge that whole thing. And I said, well, that makes perfect sense. And that it seems like a model that other teams, Gio, I know you've been talking about that. It seems like a model other teams should look at.
Yeah.
Because if you can brand your pro team to your, the big thing is, if you got the, and I've used the term money printing machine before. If you got your youth organization that's basically printing money, you can do whatever you want with your pro organization, but you still have the fact that the young kids want to, oh, I could play the Wave someday, because you got the U12 kids who all want to go, play for as a pro soccer player.
Definitely.
Or, before life hits them and they realize
Right.
it.
I know.
But you
like,
have that, and it's especially the same uniforms and the same looks and the same, that's a really cool. I really like that. It was unfortunate that Mandy kind of got out of soccer right at the time that happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was looking forward to oh, I'm gonna buy some Wave jerseys for myself as a youth side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great idea for clubs or for the teams to do that. I mean, obviously, you don't want to rely on the youth program as your life support, but it definitely helps alleviate a lot of the financial issues or concerns and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But would that be something you would be interested in doing after career? Maybe like being like a DOC?
Yeah, I would love to. I mean, I love working with the kids. I love developing them. Yeah, that would be something I could definitely handle and we'll do. I just love giving back, man. Yeah, so that would be something. Yeah, that would be something. I got my IB26 Academy where I train kids too and stuff. But yeah, no, I love working with the youth, man. So that's definitely something in the realm in my wheelhouse. But I'd also love to like venture off too. Like, so I'd definitely do that at night. But I'd also like to get into something else too. I got my degree. I want to see if, it's in sports management, but I want to see if I could honestly do something else too, besides just kick a ball, and teach someone how to play ball, right? So
Of course, you always want to try new things.
yeah, see how it is. And then I can always be like, you know what, man, this 9 to 5 is not working, man. I'll just go back to the soccer route, right?
Just get Mike to sell you, or to give you the Wave. Have him
You,
go baseball stuff, and you can handle the Wave side of it.
you know what you should tell Mike, man? Tell Mike he should just pay me just to hang out, man. And just tell me to hang out. That's what you should do. Let me just hang out.
There you
That's
go.
funny.
Every once in a while, do an interview or
Yeah, whatever they need me to
post or
do.
something like that.
Exactly.
You could be the social media manager. There you go.
Exactly. Let me do something, man. Just pay me to do something.
Oh, by the way, did you finish your seed license? Or are you finishing it up?
Dude, this is a killer. So I'm in the process right now. So like I have January, I think the middle of January is our test where we actually, it's funny. It's actually in Tampa. So yeah, so I'll have to do that. And then, yeah, but I've been doing papers, man. I've been staying up all night doing some, it's been tough, man. It's been whooping my butt. I'm not gonna lie. Just all the different stuff, and they made it difficult. So it's been good. It's been challenging, which that's what I wanted. I'm learning a lot, and yeah, I'm just trying to better myself as a coach.
Yeah, it's definitely more technical and more tactical side of things because like even the D license, I unfortunately had to postpone finishing up my D because I had surgery on my ACL. But even the D license has changed from way back when to now. Like it's so different.
Yes, yeah, it's
more on the tactical side of things and getting players to be versatile instead of specialists and stuff like that. So it's definitely an interesting thing. I would love to see the indoor game develop youth programs like that, where we have
that would be cool. Yeah.
Streamline coaching license, refing license, really develop that. And I know they mentioned it in that M2 press conference where they want to open it up to where it's more professional, get more people training at the lower levels and working their way up.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. I
You
would
need
love
to
to
align
see
with some kind of organization better than the American 567, whatever that is.
Yeah, I mean, well, the PASL is like below the MASL's amateur level.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's like, okay, I can accept that.
Yeah. No, that was kind of cool though how they did that pyramid. I thought that was really cool. I thought that was a good look for the brand of indoor soccer, arena soccer. So that was cool. I like that. just putting a little bit more respect on obviously if you play at the higher level, right? And then kind of just, but listen, we're gonna start looking at M2, M3 now, so which is cool, and that's how you that's how you can kind of break in as a young player now, because before it was a little difficult, right? If you have all these veterans, how's a young guy gonna play? He's probably not gonna play a lot, right? So like I think this is a good stepping stone now. So if you tear up M2, M3, I mean, it's gonna help you promote yourself, and it's gonna help you get to a higher level.
Right. Yeah. And it opens doors for those youth academies we were talking about.
Yeah,
Or build
definitely.
it because they could play in that too. So it's really
Definitely.
interesting the direction we're taking. I just hope that the teams involved and the manager and the leadership involved really take it with, let's just say, utmost importance to not sidetrack from what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly, right.
And just forget about it. It's like, okay, we presented this great idea,
Yeah, I
but
know.
let's put it off right now.
Yeah, exactly.
So does that mean you're allowed to go see the Brew City Legends now and hang out with those guys? Remember that?
Bruce Lee Legends, man. I don't even. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, no. Shout outs to my boy doing work down there. But no, that's good, man. As long as everyone can play soccer, there's enough to go around, man. As long as everyone's trying to build soccer, I'm all for it, man. You know, I'm not a hater. I love it, man. You know.
Yeah. Ian, did you ever play in Mexico?
Like, what do you mean, like playing like
In the league
there?
stuff? Yeah. The
Oh
league.
no, you know what? I always wanted to go and play in some of those, but I just never. I got a couple calls, but I was just always coaching. But yeah, never stepped in those leagues.
It'd be interesting to see you play down there.
Dude, I would love to go down there, man. I would love to do it.
It's definitely it's a different world. The field,
Right?
it's like playing in Baltimore all the time.
Yeah, geez.
Forget
Okay,
it.
so I don't know if I'm gonna like that then. No, I don't mind it. I don't care. As long as soccer, man. Even if it's small, big arena, whatever.
It's a smaller arena, but it's a different game because the speed is so quick. It's all one touch. It's all super technical. It's crazy.
Nice.
And unlike our league where we're always shouting, "Take the shot," they don't wait. They're just ripping it from wherever they get a chance. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah,
It's cool to
nice.
see.
Nice.
Speaking of which, where do you practice indoor or outdoor down there?
We
Right now.
practice indoor. We practice at the stadium.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Figured it
awesome.
was Florida. They'd have something because you've seen San Diego's outdoor practice facility and all the arenas in Mexico are outdoor.
Yeah, the Magic. I don't think the Magic are playing the Lakeland Magic, so the arena's open, so we begin to use it. So
It's cool.
yeah,
Well, that's the thing. How often did you guys practice in Milwaukee on the arena floor?
yeah, not a lot. So like
Yeah.
we'd be practicing. Yeah, so it just depends. Like if it was available, right? Because you had obviously the Admirals, and then you had the basketball team UWM and all that stuff. But no, like I mean, but I think I think I'm probably more sore because I'm training on our stadium because normally we train on like field turf, which is a little softer, right?
Sure.
So yeah, I've been getting a little sore, but no, it's been good. I've been getting fit, so it's been great.
Yeah, I think that was a worry coming into the season is all these guys were like, okay, we haven't done anything all year. And now January 1st comes around. You could tell the All-Star game. Some of you guys look tired out there.
Ooh, that All-Star game it was a cool event. It was great, but yeah, we were definitely not in shape, especially some of these guys. So,
Yeah.
How did you feel? How did you feel there with that event happening and
dude,
everything?
I loved it. I thought it was a great step in the right direction to start promoting. I think everybody that was involved, I think it was like Casey and Tacoma's, like those guys spearheaded it, and it was a great event, man. It was really good. They tested twice. It was good, man. No, I loved it. I think that's what we need to do. I thought by them setting the example that, indoor soccer can still play, I think it was huge. I mean, think about it. You brought together people from different states and you made it work. So if you're telling me teams are going to have problems playing, like there's no chance now because you just brought, I mean, there was two guys from Milwaukee, there was guys from St. Louis, there was guys and we brought them all together and you made it work. Now you just have to bring two teams together. They got to make it work. Like after having that All-Star game, they got to finish off this league this year and they got to figure it out. Like, I don't care what they got to do. If they have to put us in a bubble for the playoffs or whatever, but they got to get it done. Because then if we're playing these games and nothing's gonna happen, just tell me now so that way we can forget about it, right? Because I'm not trying to go through another season working hard and all this stuff, and then you guys just cut it. It's just not gonna fly anymore, you know. Like you got to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know, I heard rumors that Mike was looking for an alternative place to play.
Yeah,
There's just nothing around here. I mean, you got Elon, you got Brookfield, and you got that start event,
yeah,
and that's all you really have in this area.
yeah.
You can't really go up to Fox Valley because that's even a worse area. Madison's kind of a worse as far as cases and shutdowns and everything. So it's like Wisconsin's basically done. So then you look and playing in Illinois, and then, well, if you're going to do that, you might as well just play all your games in St. Louis.
Yeah, no, it was tough, you know. Like I felt, I felt bad for Mike. You know, he was in a tough situation, and I think he gets a lot of the brunt, maybe. But I mean, what's he supposed to do? You know, they tried to exercise all the options, and there's just nothing you could do. You know, it's just, you know, there's no ill will. I hope fans are mad about it. I hope fans don't get mad at me, but like, I have to make a living. You know, I have to play. I want to play. You know, I'm not getting any younger, so like. I hear some of the stuff on social media where they're like, "Oh, it sucks to see you in this uniform and all that stuff," but like, I had no choice, you know. Like, what are my other options? So like, I think, you know, like we got to keep it positive, you know. Like, we just got to keep it positive, especially for me. I'm just like, man, I'm positive. I got an opportunity with a good organization to play. I mean, like, why am I going to be negative or sad about it? You know?
Right. And yeah, like you said, there's only so much coaching going on in the middle of winter.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't do practice. There's no place to practice indoors. So all it is games. And you get like 10 minutes of coaching before the game and 10 minutes to talk to the team afterwards. Like, okay, see you next week or whatever.
Exactly. So, I mean, I'm not missing too much. My teams are getting taken care of. Danny's taking care of them, my assistant. So they're in good hands, man. And again, it's just about getting training and stuff. So like the winter's just to get your training in, get your skills up. So I'm not missing too much.
And those uniforms in Florida are sick. I want a jersey, man.
You know what? The white looks good. I got it. My daughters said they're like, I don't know how you're gonna look in orange. Like they like the white. They know I'm gonna look good in white, but the orange are like, I don't know, Dad. I don't know about the orange. So we gotta see how it looks. I haven't tried on the orange, only tried on the white.
I got the IB26 and I got the orange T-shirt under it. So
yeah, so they're used to seeing me in black. So I think that's the problem.
Right.
They can't put it together. And we were white, I think, a couple years. So they're used to seeing me in white, black, and blue. I'm just throwing the orange, and they haven't seen me. So I got to see what they're gonna say at the home opener when I'm in orange. So we'll see if they give me the approval.
Well, if they don't, you look up and they're gone. You're like, okay, I guess that answers that.
Right. All right. No, and they'll tell me too. They'll straight up. They'll be like, you look good, or they'll be like, nah, take that off. So they'll let me know.
You're like, okay, wait 4 months.
Yeah, right. I know. Yeah, exactly.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I have my ideas for a Florida jersey that I was going to get regardless, but now you put me in a tough spot here.
The orange
IB26 orange jersey, or do I get the other thing I had in mind?
All right. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know.
You might need to get 2.
Yeah, right.
Or 3.
Man, gee, how come you have those? That's what you have, Thomas, and you have Orlando. So you have like those are, man. I gotta get you a jersey, man. I gotta send you a jersey, man.
So this one was my first like signed jersey.
Okay.
So it's a little sentimental value.
Nice.
And this one was a gift. He sent me a signed jersey. So
nice.
I have a few others I haven't hung up yet, but it's work in progress.
Nice. I wear all mine. I don't hang anything up.
Nice.
I hang bases up.
Once they're signs, they have to go in framed. And
you can't wear a base, so I mean, you can wear a jersey.
Right.
I was with 15 minutes left. I was high bid on your jersey for the All-Star game.
Oh yeah. Were you?
I put a ceiling bid, and I got outbid by like $20. And the only reason I didn't go for it is because I also had Alex's on bid, and that was winning. And I'm like, Tara's gonna kill me if I win both these jerseys.
Right. I know, right? Right.
Dude, some of those jerseys went so expensive.
It was
awesome.
It was good to see Kyrell's jersey go for like over $1,000.
That's awesome.
I think it went for 2K, right?
No, it was like 1,030 or something like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We're trying to do so. If anyone from Kansas City is listening, we're trying to get a jersey. There was a jersey at the All-Star game that all you guys signed, and we're gonna auction it off and give it to Chino's family.
Oh, nice.
But we haven't heard, and I know with the holidays it's gonna be kind of hard. But if anyone from KC is watching this, send a message to Budzinski, and we've been kind of bugging him too, and see what he can do about that.
Yeah, shout outs to guys in KC, man, that did the All-Star game, man. Well done, man. Great job. It's
I'm
awesome.
a fan. I'm a KC fan now. I mean, when I first started watching the Wave, seriously, it was the years where Waltman and KC were just lighting us up every game.
Yeah, I know.
And it was like, I hate this team with a passion, with all of my being. I hate everything about this organization.
Right.
And it's gotten a little bit easier, other than last year's mishap. Won't even talk about that. But getting to meet those guys, and I finally got to meet Nick Vassos in Milwaukee a couple seasons ago.
He's a good dude. Yeah.
And we went up to the press box for a little bit during the game, and then we took Eric Bergerud out to dinner on that Sunday night, and just everything, Brian Budzinski messaging us, "Hey, we'll buy you a drink at the bar if you can be down, and come down and hanging out with those guys and meeting Brian and Phil, or not Phil, Lane. I don't know why I said Phil, but meeting those guys was great. I mean, that was just a good, those good people, and they, even as just fans, they treated us really well going on there.
Oh, that was awesome.
Unfortunately, I missed the event.
Well, next year it'll be in Milwaukee, and you can come and meet all us.
Is it going to be in Milwaukee?
I don't know.
Oh.
He's just shooting for it. So
That's smart.
It seems.
So
I mean,
what's
what's
been
the best? What's a centrally located best venue that can fit 7,000-8,000 people if need be?
Yeah, that's true.
That is true.
St. Louis could pull it off. Kansas City, I think they hold 5,600, which would be. I mean, that the way it's like angled down and right on the field would be cool, I think.
For KC?
Yeah, in KC. I really like the venue a lot.
That's a cool place.
I'm a fan of the blue turf.
It's cool, man. Yeah.
The black turf fades. It's like, especially on TV, it looks like a light, like a darker gray.
Oh, does it?
It's
Really?
a picture showed up on my Facebook memories. We went there. Season ticket holders got to go there to pick our seats. When the Admirals came in and they switched things around with different sides of the arena and everything, we got to go pick our seats, and they had just finished painting the turf and laid it out, and it was like jet black.
Oh.
And now after a couple of years, it just fades.
Oh, you know what? You're right. Yeah.
The blue doesn't fade as much.
Yeah.
So maybe Wave can go back to the blue colors and get blue turf.
I like the black. Black is smooth. Black is smooth. I think
black.
maybe just for the soccer players, you could see the ball better. I don't know. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I scored so many goals. You can see.
Do you like the yellow or the highlighter yellow better?
I mean, black and yellow. The neon was just smooth because you could, like, when the lights went off, right? So you could see it. But I mean, I don't care as long as the uniforms look like, me. I'm a big swag guy. As long as the uniform looks good, I'm in. So it could be any color, but it just gotta look good. It's gotta fit right. It's gotta do all that. Yeah, if I have to get it tailored, I gotta get it tailored. But as long as it works good, I'm in. Then I'm cool with it. So.
Yeah, I think I like the black and highlighter yellow better, but I like the yellow away jerseys better than the highlighter away jerseys.
Yeah, they were good. Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah, I know there's some people that has nothing to do with the Wave. It's not their colors. Yeah, too bad. It's the colors now. That's the way it is.
Yeah.
So where do they have you staying? It sounds like there's a pool nearby or something.
Yeah, there's so I'm in the hotel. So actually I stayed at the hotel. So I was like, you know what? I want it as easy as possible. Hopefully it's not making too much background noise.
No.
Yeah, no, I just the hotel, I was like, listen, I just want to bring my clothes. I want to feel comfortable, just get it done. I don't want to have to get an apartment and get all this furniture and just, you know what I mean? And then what I'm going to do after when I leave. So I just a hotel, and it's been cool, man. Yeah, it's been easy. I got a maid, right?
Right. Yeah, right.
So
They have a player house, right?
what's that?
They have a player house, right?
Yeah. They got a couple player houses, and a lot of these guys they have kids too and stuff. So they have their own places like Rika. Lucas, they all got their own places. And then some of the guys that are obviously not from here, they got like a player house where they have 2 guys, 3 guys. So yeah, it's been cool. Yeah.
Interesting.
I thought you were gonna stay with Drew for a while, but then the baby and everything, I'm like, yeah, it probably won't work out too well.
Dude, I stayed with Drew. No, it was awesome. It was awesome. I stayed with Drew. It was cool just to hang out with them for like a week and just hanging out with the baby. I mean, if you saw my Instagram and my snaps, man, I was just playing. I'm a good babysitter though. I'm like, honestly, I could have opened my daycare easy, and I honestly, I could have a daycare. That's how good I am with babies. Like I was a baby whisperer.
Soccer-based daycare, you can do it all.
Seriously, I could teach him some soccer and I could put him to sleep. Yeah. No, but it was cool, man. Drew's a good dude, man. Drew's been awesome here. He's looking good too. Yeah, so I'm excited, man. I'm really excited.
I'm excited to watch the first. I mean, we got our fix.
Yeah, right.
The All-Star game was amazing, and that was one of the best soccer experiences I've ever had. And then we got the Central Cup, which wasn't as good, but it was still soccer. It was still indoor. It was still the broadcast. Yeah. And now it's like, okay, now we have another week to just go, come on, where is it?
Yeah, but they called it the Central Cup, but not all the Central teams were in there though, right? Like that's what I'm like, they should have called it something else though, because I'm like, man, we didn't like. There's so many teams that didn't play in it. You could have called it. I mean, you could have called it something else and just been like, I don't know, the Cool Cup or the Swag Cup. You know what I mean?
You really sell tickets to the COVID Cup though.
Right? Yeah, exactly. You should actually. They should have did the COVID Cup.
I think in the future, if they have it again, they might open it back up because, you know, like you said, Mesquite wasn't there, Waves weren't there, but those 2 teams are the ones sitting out for the season. So it's like,
it was definitely an awesome idea. Because I mean, how many preseasons did you guys go down to like Chicago and play the Mustangs? Or they played Muskegon that year, and it wasn't even just a competitive game, really. Yeah,
no, that would have been a good preseason stuff, you know, if maybe more teams were involved, or who knows, or maybe some teams didn't want to get involved. But yeah, no, it was honestly, again, promoting the game, that was awesome. And like KC, I mean, just to get to see, like KC looked better than I thought. Like, you know what I mean? I'm looking at KC. Yeah, and I'm looking at KC. I'm like, oh, they're going to be okay. But like, I didn't think that. And then I was like, whoa, they can play, right? They look good. What Leo's doing over there looks good. And then that, honestly, Wichita, like, I was like, I mean, why don't they put a team in right now? Like, you know, they can play in this, like they look good. They can compete. Like, so it was just good to see that. And then watching St. Louis, you know, so I don't know if it was just interesting just watching some of those teams, and you got kind of some film to watch on them already now and stuff. So it's cool.
Yeah. You could tell Max missed you.
Right. Right. No, man, I feel bad for the guy, man, because like, no, Max is gonna be Max, man. He's a fantastic player. He's a great talent. And it's just, I think once people or the players around him just know what he could do, I'm sure they'll do good. You know, it's just tough right now. It's just, we had such a great connection, and that's what kind of sucks about the whole thing, you know. Just with that connection, you know, I miss it, but I think, you know, like I think he's ready for the challenge, and I'm ready for the challenge. Because again, a lot of people on social media saying like, oh, you know, I can't play without Max, you know, and all that stuff. And it's kind of like, you know, it's not a bad thing, and it's not personal, because like I love Max, you know, but it's like maybe this is a challenge that I got to show people that I can play without him, you know what I mean? But would I love to play with him? 100%, you know, it makes my life easier, you know, and especially we just had that connection. But you know, I think here's just going to be, obviously this year is going to be a little challenge for himself too, and for myself, you know, to see if we can get it done still without each other, you know.
When were you on the show last? You were on the show way back a million years ago.
Yeah, I think when we were first, I think people were just maybe the notion of maybe not having a season or something, or I don't know.
I'm trying to look through when it was.
Yeah, or like, and then Max signed, or before Max. Maybe it was when Max signed, and you guys were like, "What are you gonna do?" or "What's happening?"
It was on May 8th.
Yeah.
The anniversary of the championship. Yeah. So yeah, I remember making the comment of, you know, I always thought you were the MVP for many years, but I think that the fact that you hear everyone talk about the MVP saying, well, if we could give the MVP to 2 players, I give it to Ian and Max, no doubt. I think that maybe takes away votes from both of you.
Yeah, but that's stupid. Then give it to both of us then. And just say we're gonna have co-MVP. Like, just settle it then. Like it's stupid, because Max should have been an MVP. as long as with myself, and I'll feel vocal about it just because like we put in the work, we won a championship together, we did all that stuff. So I feel like were we slighted? Yeah, maybe, you know what I mean? But I mean, it is what it is. At the end of the day, they can take scoring titles away, they can take MVPs away, they can take whatever away. Um, they can't take championships away. So I got three, so they can say whatever they want. They can say you're a good player, you're a bad player. They can say whatever. Can't take my rings. I have my rings. When I put them on my hand weighs a little. It weighs a little bit. It's a little heavier. I could do curls with it. So I mean, the fact that I could do that stuff and say that stuff, for me, that's all that matters. Like it's just the stuff that gets to you. It's like you do all this work, and like the people that know you, they're like, oh man, we see all the stuff you do, which is great. But then it's like when you get to the next level, that like the people don't see that. It's like it's like maybe these other players don't see that, or these other coaches don't see what you do, and it's kind of like that's the part that sucks, because then you're just like, what, like you don't see me on everything, and we're winning, and we're beating your team and stuff, and it's like we win the championship like that. Like we destroyed that championship, like that was probably one of the easiest championships I've ever played in, and it's just the fact that it's just how it, what I mean, like it's just that's what I think affects like Max and myself and stuff. It's like what else did we have to do to be recognized as the most valuable player? You know what I mean? Which we're not going to lose sleep over it, but it's just kind of like, what were you thinking? You know what I mean? Like, how does that take place? But I don't know. That motivates me. I don't know. Maybe that's good. That's what I need to keep going. It's the chip on my shoulder, I guess.
And we've talked to a number of people about the MVP, and I think everyone agrees that the way that it's done is broken, but nobody can come up with a best way to do it. Everyone has their own idea that they think will work.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's like I said, like I'll always say, man, it's indoor soccer, so it's outdoor is different, right? You got players that are just different roles, right? You have like obviously defensive mids, you got center backs, you got keepers, you got forwards. So there's I think there's more variables there, right? Because again, it could be a good winger, he could be a good assist guy. So there's a lot more variables, because if a guy does his job in that role, I mean, he's the best player in that role and he helps your team win. And that's, I mean, it's different there. But indoor soccer, man, like, let's be honest, you can break it down. Who's on power play? Who's on man down? Who's on restart? Like, it's easy to see all that stuff. And you can just be like, okay, man, well, this guy's doing this. Or it's just funny. Like, it's that to me. And then if you're like looking at the time, then, okay, if this guy is playing all these positions, so then he's on the field for probably what, like 70%, 80%? I mean, it's pretty simple, right? Like it's not rocket science. So that's my issue. But man, whatever. Who cares, man? It's whatever. I just win another championship and then we'll be good, right?
So speaking of that, here's my gotcha question. Do you think that the league should have a full-on Ron Newman Cup championship this season? I think they need to. I think they need to establish it right now. Like, is it percentage, like wins that gets you into playoffs, which is, I think, wrong. You should just let everybody in and play your amount of games you want, and then you just do the seeding though, right? So, like, obviously, if your record is the best, you go from your record. So first place 8 or whatever, how many teams are in there. But you need to establish it, right? You need to say, okay, we're doing this. You can't just play games and then say, well, we're doing percentage, or now we're not doing percentage. So, like, what is it? You know what I mean? Like, they need to have something guided. And then if it changes, okay. But you can't just not have anything before the first game, right? And say, well, like, what are we doing? Because what happens if some teams play like 20 games and some teams play 12 games? Or then here you go. What about if some team plays like, I don't know, a weaker team? Let's just say, for instance, maybe Rochester or whoever plays. Like, what about if you play that team 10 times? Right? You see what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense. Yeah. And that's kind of why I asked if when everything's said and done, do you give the winner of whatever it is the Ron Newman Cup, or do you make it a special 2021 championship trophy or something?
Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, you just, whatever it is, the players have to know, so that we can obviously start preparing. And like, listen, is it percentages where we have to win every game? Then we're going to win every game's like a championship game, right? You got to win every game. Or are we not doing percentages? Are we playing, each team's got to play 12 games and we'll just do the seeding. So then, okay, yeah, like if we're in a back-to-back, then maybe you don't push it because you're like, okay, our record could be okay. It's all those things that we need to know, because then you risk injury. If you need to win every game, then you're going to probably play back-to-backs. You're going to probably play your best team. But if it's not, and if you could maybe lose a game, or you can maybe play with less, keep some of your guys fresh and maybe try to win a game without your top players, you might do that stuff, right? But if you don't know what's going on, I think that's people just want to know, right? Players just want to know. I think fans want to know how it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But
they talked about doing like a month-to-month schedule thing, which I think is
yeah, they
fine.
did.
But
Yeah,
like
which
you
is
said,
great.
how many teams of the 11 are going to make the playoffs?
Exactly.
So
Like,
to tag on to what you're saying, even further, what if they decide, say, 4 teams make the playoffs, and now the first tiebreaker is goal differential? So now
exactly.
in the last 10 minutes of the games, when you're up by 8-2, do you sit back like you normally do, or do you just keep pounding on them?
Exactly. That's the stuff I'm talking about. So they got to figure it out, and they need to figure it out fast before first game.
As a player, would you feel okay if they didn't give you the Ron Newman Cup and just made it something else at the end of the season?
I mean, no, man. I want that cup. I think it won't feel right, right? Because then you're just going to be wanting more, right? Like let's say you win that, whatever they call it, and then you're like, okay, but I wanted the Ron Newman Cup, so you're still not satisfied, you're still not there. So they have to have it, man. If they're gonna have a season, they have to have it. Or if they don't, then just cancel the season. Then, like, don't just do this halfway. Go 100% in. Let's get it done. Let's figure it out, and let's get it done. And I think they will, though, which is good. I really do. I really think they're gonna get it done this year, even if they have to take some steps and precautions. I really think they're gonna have to get this done. And we're gonna have to have a champion. I think for me, and especially for all these teams, is have your record and let obviously everybody in, and then just seed them, right? Whoever's got the best record, because I think playoffs are going to help other teams too and promote their club, right? Because again, if you don't get in, but maybe you're a team that can only play 12 games or can only play 14 games, I think still you need to just get that playoff exposure, so that way at least you can promote for your club, keep it going. And then, because just even just being in the playoffs just brings up another thing, and you never know, anything can happen in the playoffs, right? So
Yeah.
I feel like they just got to do it, man. Like, let everybody play their games is what they want. If they want to play 20, want to play 12, figure it out. But then just go with the seeds, man, and just say, this team's number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, whatever. And then obviously 1 plays 8, figure it out. And even if you have to go there and play whoever's got the better record, you even have to go there and play 2 games, so be it, right? Just as long as you get all this stuff out early and let the players and the team know what they have to do during the regular season, I think everybody will be fine with it. No one's gonna have a problem with it, and then they can just go on their business.
One of the things I've always said in argument discussions with other fans is that everyone knew what the thing was going in. Like every year, like with the goal differential thing, everyone knew the goal differential was the tiebreaker because that was what was was laid out. And like you said, this year, if nobody knows, because you can't really say, oh well, in the past nobody knew what it was. No, everyone knew going in. You knew day one. Let's pick on Florida for example. You knew day one you were playing a game in Canada, and none of your players could make the visa, to make the roster.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
you hire a bunch of players in there, and you lose 10-0, and you're like, just that's it. But if you're in a playoff hunt and you need it by 1 game, you just kind of threw away that game, that kind of thing. Yeah,
because Tacoma's playing their games away, right? Aren't they playing all their games?
All 12 away. I imagine San Diego and Ontario will as well.
So it's perfect, exactly. So at least they established that, right? So that's smart. They're saying, we're going to play all our games away. So like, that's what I'm saying. So we can figure it out then if these guys did, right? If they're already figuring out, like, listen, we're going to play all the games away, and to make it work, I think we got to just make sure we do the same thing, right?
What would be interesting, Nick Pereira brought this up a couple times about what outdoor teams do, like the MLS. They have the Supporters Cup for the regular season, and they have a championship for the playoffs. So you could do that really easily with this. You do your seeding thing, like you said, and the best wins whatever trophy that is for the regular season, and then you have all 11 seeded go play playoffs. And like you said, who knows, the 11th team could pull it all together.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about these guys. So obviously Florida won the Eastern Conference final, right? The conference. So they got the cup.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, I'm like, why haven't we celebrated this? Because I'm like, I probably would have had like 9, right? I'm like, we don't, which is weird. I'm like, we should celebrate division titles too, right? And then obviously if you go on and win. So I was just thinking like, why haven't we done anything like this? Because it's like Milwaukee's won it. I gotta check out the history, but I think we won it a couple of times, right? Winning our just even if it was like the Central, I think we split it up a couple of times too. But like we've won that like multiple times. I'm like, how did we not celebrate that and like not get another trophy for that? You know what I'm saying? Like it's just another thing to promote for your club too, right?
Right.
So,
I think it'd be a great
like you
idea.
said, it's. Oh, go ahead, Gio.
Yeah, I was saying I think it would be a great idea to add the division champions, stuff like that. Regardless if they change, because I mean, two years ago we had like 4 divisions, 3 divisions.
yo,
Now this past year we had 2. So it's like regardless of what the setup is, the teams worked hard to be that number 1 spot. Let's celebrate them. It's the same thing
exactly.
with the players. Like let's celebrate them. Like for example, the Premier League they do player of the week or coach of the month or player of the month, whatever. Let's just highlight our talent and highlight the work that the teams, players, coaches are doing. Let's get behind that. I would love to see that personally.
Yeah, and I think we need to have like a like a league cup too, though, right? I think they should throw something else in there too, where you can, you know what I'm saying? I think you have a division, obviously cup, so like you can kind of win the treble, right? You can kind of like how we do it, like, and then you can win obviously the Ron Newman Cup, but then I think you need to throw in where now I think the M2, M3 teams can come in, and you kind of have just like a U.S. Open Cup, right? But you just have like a tournament, and then you just try to figure it out with where you can play, you know? So.
Yeah.
So speaking of which,
Oh, I'm on a call.
Sorry,
No, you're okay.
I'm just curious.
No, you're
I'm just curious.
you're all right.
Because you're over here
You're-
talking to somebody.
Yeah, you're all right. You're okay.
Sorry,
hi.
I'm just like leaving the bar, and he's so cute.
Oh God.
And I was just saying, I don't know who he's talking to. So I'm a school teacher, so I don't know how to do all this.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh, so- okay.
that's all right. It's just my lipstick.
Man, this is
Sorry.
2020,
you
bro.
guys alone.
Thank you.
Right.
No, I'm just me.
Hey, you know what's funny though? That's definitely gonna make it into the in the
yeah.
box corn dog moments.
Dude,
That's gonna be great.
dude, you can't make this up. You
No.
can't make this stuff up.
So Drew
Oh.
Ruggles, everyone.
Right? Yeah, there's true. My gosh. That's awesome.
What we're gonna do it in the box, and this obviously it won't mean as much as a real thing, but we're gonna do a team of the week, and we're gonna all come up with our ideas and maybe get some fan voting in and things like that to figure out, from the weekend's games who the players of the week were, and we'll just do an ongoing, like almost like King of the Hill
Yeah.
type thing. So
Yeah.
that should be fun.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I appreciate what you guys are doing, man. You guys are giving a nice insight for the game, man. And honestly, with people without you guys, man, it'd be tough. So I appreciate all the work you guys are doing. And
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Look at this guy.
Who is this guy?
What the heck did I just see?
He joined just for that.
It's our new guest.
Uh,
He was just coming from the bar.
Oh, okay. All right.
oh god, that's awesome. Could you hear that, Adam, too, when she was talking?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Clear as day.
She's a school teacher, and
I was like, dang. I was like, gosh. Oh man, that's funny. That's
She dropped her lipstick.
yeah, that was
She was trying
hilarious.
to pick you up. It's exactly what was going on.
I was like, dang. I was like, I mean, you think I'm that old? I was like, hey, I'm like, you're like 60. Gosh, but hey, whatever, man. It's all good.
Hilarious. Oh man.
Never a dull moment, right?
Yeah, right.
No, no,
It's
man.
this the whole indoor soccer thing. 2020. God.
Hey Matt, how you feeling?
What?
all right.
All right.
You're a little under the weather,
I was
man.
watching. So, what's that?
You're under the weather.
A little bit. Just laying down, playing a little FIFA. Actually.
Oh yeah.
What is going on?
This is crazy. This is crazy. Oh gosh, gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Oh, that's too funny. That's too funny.
It was weird because at first I thought you were in your room and just had like a pool behind you, and I'm like, why is there a lady walking into your room?
No, I'm in the lobby. I'm in the lobby. The connection's better. So I was like, so yeah, man. That's awesome. Yeah.
Matt, you got any questions?
Well, no, I've already asked Ian my questions. I asked him when I saw him in Kansas City. So Utica blue would have looked perfect. Utica blue would have looked perfect on you. But oh well.
Utica. No, Utica's they got nice uniforms though. They got nice uniforms. Are you guys gonna play though? Are you guys? Do you guys figure it out? Yeah, you guys are. Right.
Yeah, it's. I think what they're saying is mid-February for us.
Nice. That's good.
So,
yeah, I
Is
think
this
all the
still going to
Eastern
be
teams are shooting for that.
just the 4 East teams playing each other?
I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me if we did a trip to Florida maybe, or a trip out Midwest, because that's what we did in the regular season.
Or are you guys gonna play Rochester like 8 times?
Well, I mean, to get our winning percentage up, sure, why not?
Well, Rochester's good, man. You never know. If Dougie plays, you guys could be in trouble, man.
You guys could be in trouble too.
I mean, all the teams could be in trouble. But I mean, we'll just have to see, right? We're just
exactly.
It's just gonna have to see.
It's gonna be interesting to see how the teams shape up going into the season.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't wait till next weekend where I can just sit and watch soccer.
Yeah, like, are they streaming it? How are they doing it? Are they?
I am gonna guess. So they announced they're gonna do the pay-per-view thing was gonna be. Well, they had a graphic up during the All-Star game and it was completely weird because it said Central Cup, and then it said $79 per the season, $3.99 per month.
Okay.
And if you do that math, none of that works. And then the Central Cup came out, and it was $40 for the whole thing, or $10 per game. So my guess is it's $79 per season or $3.99 per game.
I think so.
And
so teams can't film it themselves and stuff. Like, how's that going to work? So so they can't stream it. They're gonna bring their own crew to stream. Like,
no, it's gonna.
No, it's still gonna be the home teams.
Okay.
Home team stream to Facebook pay-per-view.
Cool.
Now, were you guys offered any of the Central Cup games or anything like that?
I don't know. I think we're trying to keep our stuff top secret, and we're just gonna kind of show it on the.
They're plotting in Florida.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see what happens. I know that. I mean, the Facebook pay-per-view was it worked well for the All-Star game. We had some glitches for the Central Cup, but I think they got that all figured out, and I think they can do it. The problem is because it's the pay-per-view, it's only available for 2 weeks after the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe they'll open it up like after the season to YouTube or whatever. But
Well, what we've heard is they're gonna offer replays at a cheaper price.
Yeah, but still, let's say we want to go back and find a really cool highlight or something.
Right.
You can't do that anymore. I mean, you got to take them during that window, if it's even allowed. You can't go like, hey, remember that one? Like when Drew was in there talking shit to people, and we went and grabbed the Chino burning him for the overtime goal.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, we could take the shit dog and we give it back too.
Yeah, right.
But no, I mean, we can't do that anymore. You can't go back and look. And what we were gonna do before the season kind of started is we were gonna have a bunch of you guys on and like pick your favorite game. Like we're gonna have you obviously do the championship game and just like do a watch party where we stream it and just talk and narrate and stuff. Maybe mute the volume or
that's cool.
I don't know if we can do that. We're not gonna be able to do that for sure with the Facebook stuff. But maybe after the season's over during the summer, maybe they'll release them to YouTube or whatever, and we can do some stuff there.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, nice.
I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see what path they take. I mean, it's so based off like the views, like they were so distorted based off of like the ones that were paid to the one that was given for free. It was such a huge difference.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So I had the tournament pass, so my views per game were anywhere between like 150 and like 450. But then that Friday night game, or was it Saturday game, whatever game it was that didn't go off, they ended up giving nice name, man. They ended up putting that out for free. And according to Facebook, that one has 22,000 views.
Wow.
And there's no game ever in the MASL history that's had that many views. So it's like there's no way Facebook's algorithm is the same as YouTube's as far as views goes.
Right.
But hey, we should probably cut you loose here.
Yeah, I'm getting tired, man. I got practice tomorrow, so.
Oh, he'll be fine.
You're trying to make me stay up, man. See, make me like forget my rest. You don't. Man,
Well,
you're supposed to be looking out for me, man. Supposed to be looking out.
Okay. Well, if you're in Utica Blue, I would definitely,
Yeah, exactly.
I'd definitely let you go to sleep. But
I love it.
Hey, thanks a
really
lot
thank you,
for
Ian.
hanging out. This is a lot of fun.
No, it was good, man. It was good to be a part of it, man. Obviously, I've been kind of silent, been just trying to figure out my life, kind of just for this next like 5 months. So I think I found it, right? So I'm excited and just excited for like to compete again and just playing against the guys and joining this great team, man. So we'll see if we can put it together and win another one.
Enjoy it, but don't enjoy it too much. Just right up
I
to
know. That's what everyone's telling me, man. That's everyone from back home, Milwaukee. That's exactly what everyone's saying. Like, oh, enjoy it, but not too much. So I'm like, oh, okay.
90% is what
Right,
you're
right. Like I know. So
No, but seriously, good luck out there. And
thank you, G.
thanks from you guys.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much, man.
all right,
Matt,
we'll
I'll
talk
feel better,
soon.
man. Thank
Hopefully
you.
next time I have a Ian Bennett jersey.
Oh, for sure. I got you.
All right, guys.
All right, guys. Take care. Have a
All
good
right,
night. Have a good
see
New Year's.
ya.
All right.
Gio, Matt, you guys hang out real quick.
Sir.
All right, I'm gonna end the stream. Everyone, thanks for hanging out.
Thank
We're
you,
looking
everyone.
to do something soon next. That's what we're gonna talk about right now. So look for an announcement on when our next show is. Otherwise, I hope everyone had a great Christmas and enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Yes. Good night, everyone.
All right, we're done.